All right, we finally made it to the end of Unit 8. This is the last skill. This one is parallelogram problem solving. And I apologize for the writing that you have to do in your notes here, but it's not too bad. I tried to make it as least bad as possible. So take the time to write down the example. We're not gonna really go through much else besides two examples here. So the first one says the measure of an interior, that should say an and not on, the measure of an interior angle of a parallelogram is 21 more than twice the other interior angle. Holy cow. Find the value of x and the measure of each angle. Okay, so here's what I would like to do when I am doing these parallelogram problems. I know that they're all about parallelograms, so I'm just going to sketch a parallelogram. And then I'm going to go back through the problem and read it. So the measure of an interior angle of a parallelogram is 21 more than twice the other one. Okay, so one of them just has to be x. And to me, it sounds like the little one we want to be x. So let's go in our diagram and just call one of these x degrees. And then the other one is 21 more than twice that other one. So that can look like this. That can look then like 2 times the one we already had plus an additional 21 degrees. So just take a second to think about that. Okay, I've done a lot of these, so it comes a little bit easier to me. But when you're first starting working on these, it can be a little bit confusing. So I think my hint is to just call one of your angles x. And actually, if you would have put it in the wrong spot, it doesn't really matter. If you would have put it where the big angle is, the obtuse angle is, it's not the end of the world. You're still going to get the right answer. But call one of your unknown angles x and then go back through the word problem and see if you can figure out what to do. So when I see 21 more, that to me is plus 21. And then when I see twice, that means times 2. But then, well, times 2 what? Well, it says the other interior angle. So times 2 the other one, which was x. So if you need any help with these, let me know. I don't know that I'm the absolute best at explaining this, and I'm willing to live with that, but let me know if you need any help. But at this point, I do know that in a parallelogram, those two adjacent angles have to add up to 180 degrees. So at that point, I can set up an equation. I can say x plus 2x plus 21 altogether is 180. I can combine some like terms. We can subtract, and we get 3x equals, what would that be, 159, and divide by 3, and let's see if that works out nice. 159 divided by 3, it does, and it wouldn't have to. We don't need to be scared of decimals, but it does work out to be x equals 53. Okay, so we're not quite done because it says find x, which we did, but it also says find the measure of each angle. So we want to take that 53 and just plug it back in. So when we put it in here, that's pretty simple. X is just 53. And then when we put it into this other angle, we want 2 times 53 plus 21. Well, 2 times 53 is going to give us 106 plus an additional 21 is 127 degrees. So I'm even going to go one step further. I'm going to say the measure of angle 1 was 53 degrees, and the measure of angle 2, which was unknown to us at the beginning, was 127 degrees. And then we can kind of check, does that add up to 180? Yes, it does. All right, and then the second problem here, it says in parallelogram ABCD. I don't think we've seen that yet, but that's the universal symbol for parallelogram. In parallelogram ABCD, AB is equal to 2x plus 1, BC equals 13, and CD equals x plus 12. Find the value of x and the perimeter of parallelogram ABCD. So again, it's a lot to take in until you draw the picture. It's a lot easier if you draw the picture. So I'm going to start by just labeling A, B, C, and D. I'm not positive that that's exactly what we want it to look like, but that's okay. That's how we're going to start. I'm going to fill in the things we know. So we know that AB is 2x plus 1. So I'll fill that in. Okay. We also know that BC is equal to 13. So let's fill that in. And then we know that CD, let's pick a different color here. CD is x plus 12. All right, so find x and then find the perimeter. Well, we can't find the perimeter yet. I do know, though, that across from BC, we're going to find AD, and those sides should be congruent. So if the top is 13, the bottom's congruent. So that's not so bad. And then we have the left side should be congruent to the right side. So 2x plus 1 has to be equal to x plus 12. Let's solve that. I'm going to do 2 steps at once here. I think we can handle it. So we're going to have x is equal to 11. All right, if we substitute that back in, we have 2 times 11 plus 1. 2 times 11 is 22, and 22 plus 1 is 23. Then let's try it over here. We have 11 plus 12, which is also 23. So that's awesome. We did get our left to be equal to our right. We had our top equal to the bottom. So now for perimeter, perimeter is just add up all your sides. Or we can do 2 23s plus 2 13s. 2 23s is 46, and 2 13s is 26. And then 46 plus 26 is 72. So our perimeter is equal to 72. All right, so again, let me know if that's difficult, and I can totally come and help you out individually with this one. This is one where maybe a video lesson isn't the most helpful thing ever. So let me know, and then this is it for the unit. Good job.